Breakups. So no matter if you are the person that broke up with somebody or the person that got broken up with, we all end up in that same place after, right? We end up a little bit lost. Growing up, I had my fair share of relationships. Most of them I did end up breaking up with the woman, but there was one specific incident where a woman did break up with me. Let's go back to my senior year in high school. I'm playing football. It was probably our second or third game of the year, right? It was our rivalry game. We're playing our biggest rival in the district, and the game is packed. I'm talking about thousands of women at the game, right? And me, I'm a single guy at the time. I'm the star running back. So hey, I'm trying to go crazy, right? I'm like, my favorite running back was LT, and I was in full LT mode that game. I'm talking like 2, 3 touchdowns, just really toting that thing. And the whole time, throughout the whole game, there's one particular woman that's catching my eye. Now, this woman, she was a cheerleader on the rival team's sideline, right? And, throughout the game, I was peeking her, checking her out. It was a lot of women there, but for some reason, I just felt like my energy was being pulled towards this one girl. So, after the game, a lot of people wanted to talk to me, but I wanted to talk to her, but, I couldn't find her. So then I ended up tracking her down, probably on like Instagram or something. And boom, we started communicating, and that's when everything started. Now, this woman, Mariah, she was a very sweet girl, very nice girl, very intelligent, smart girl. Believe she's a teacher or something right now, right? But at this time, we were going to different schools, so it was a lot of hate. It was a lot of hate on our relationship. I'm not gonna lie. Before we actually became official, we just used to hang out a lot. And after my senior season, I did have to get surgery on my foot, so I was on crutches for a while. And while I was on crutches, she was like there for me a lot. She would always come and see me, bring me food, and a lot of different types of stuff, just giving me that time and like female energy I needed at the time, which I was very, very grateful for that. So, I did want to make her my girlfriend. So a few months into us knowing each other, I ended up getting my cast off my foot, and they put me in a boot. So I'm kind of at this point, I'm ready to go back to like start having sex, right? So I try to make my move on her, and the thing she says to me is, she tells me she's a virgin. I didn't quite believe it at the time, but I ended up seeing the proof, if you know what I mean. I ended up seeing the proof of that. But but she tells me she's only gonna open her legs up for her boyfriend. So I tell her like, well, we've been hanging out and doing all this. I'm basically your boyfriend now. So that was the day our relationship started. And I did take her virginity, and she was leaving that night. A few hours later, right? She's leaving my house, and my brother, man, he's bringing like 3 girls into the house at the same time she's leaving. And she knows it's just me and my brother there, right? So she doesn't think too much of it at the time, but she's just telling me like, don't mess this up. Like, we just got together, don't mess our relationship up, as she's leaving. So I guess she was trusting me at some point. That night I did hang out with the girls and my brother for probably about 15, 20 minutes, but my conscience was weighing on me. So I'm like, I'm gonna go upstairs, go to sleep. And that's exactly what I did. But the next day comes around, right? The next day comes around, and my brother, he gets those same girls to come back over, but now they have another girl with her. And mind you, I didn't tell you, the first night, one of the girls that was there, she was actually on the same cheerleading team. So that's really why I wasn't trying to do anything and get in trouble. But now the second night, 2 of the girls are on the same cheerleading team. And I'm down there chilling with them, and they brought some alcohol over, right? Mind you, we all seniors in high school. We're not supposed to be drinking at all. But these girls, they brought some alcohol over. And they just giving me cups, telling me like, yeah, drink more, Justin, drink more. And me at the time, I'm not thinking nothing of it, but I'm like, the whole time after this situation, I look back at it like, oh yeah, they set me up. They set me up for sure. So boom, we halfway through the night. I'm super drunk, and the girl, the girl next to me, the one that wasn't there the first night, she starts talking to me, and somehow the conversation gets to, oh, she's a virgin. Me, I can't help but to tell a girl what she want to hear, or just to say something smooth. So I'm like, oh, why you never had sex before? And she said, the right guy never tried. And then I'm like, so what if I try? And then she was like, yeah. And we went upstairs, right? We went upstairs. So this girl, I don't know if she was virgin or not, but literally all I did was put the tip in. That's all I did was put the tip in. I'm not gonna lie. Put the tip in. She's like, no, stop. I stopped. And the next thing you know, her and her friends they all leave right after that. My brother and his friend, they are confused. They're like, what happened? And I'm like, bro, I don't even really know what happened. She said she wanted to and then went upstairs, put the tip in, and now they're gone, right? They're gone, and I'm not really thinking much of it. But I do message the girl that I put the tip in because I knew she was on the cheerleading team with the girl I had just started a relationship with. I told her, don't tell Mariah. That was my first mistake. Well, not really my first mistake, but that was like one of the bigger mistakes after I already made the mistake, right? So long story short, the girl, she's acting dumb. She texts the girl Mariah like, are you dating JU? Are you and JU dating? And then Mariah, she sends me the screenshot and I tell her like, yeah, I'm your boyfriend. So she tells her that, and then next thing you know, basically the rest of the cheerleading team, they all got stories about me at this point now. And they're all saying I did all this stuff. They're exaggerating, saying I was eating some of them out and all these different things. And if you're a girl, like, to me, I understand it. If you got all this going on at your school, I'm not even there to defend myself. It's like, yeah, you are gonna be inclined to believe what the girls that are closest to you are saying. So after that went down, probably like a week later, Mariah, she messaged me and she wanted to end our relationship. Which I wasn't really going for that at the time because, like I said, I had never had someone break up with me. So I was so confused. Like, I'm used to, okay, even if a girl do catch me cheating, she gonna give me at least 6, 7, 8 chances, right? But for her, it was one and done. And, it was a big ego hit. I did have to learn some humility at that point because, I tried to get her back for probably a few days. But after that, I'm just like, oh, I guess I have to move on, right? I have to move on. I have to accept that I was wrong in this situation. And, I should have kept my thing in my pants and none of this would have even happened. Because when you have a good thing going, agents of destruction will be on the way. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't matter. That's why I say, don't share too much of your personal life with people. It's like far as like just like putting it out there or things that you got planned, the things that you got going, because the agents of destruction are on the way. So coming back to how we all should deal with breakups, no matter if you're the person that broke up with somebody or the person that didn't. In this situation, I didn't deal with it in the right way because I just tried to move on again as quick as possible, like as far as like moving on to another girl. What I should have did was do some self-reflection, take some time to do some self-reflection and just focus on becoming a better person, focus on building up better habits and just really learning from my mistakes because it doesn't matter who broke up with who. If a relationship didn't work, then it's both of our fault. It's fault on both sides. It's not always just one person's fault or why the relationship didn't work, because especially us as men, right? We got to be accountable for why it didn't work out. If a woman cheats on us, we got to look at ourselves first to say like, damn, were we not doing something right? Did we do something wrong? Were we lacking in a certain area? And maybe we just picked a bad woman, and that could just be the part, right? We just picked a woman that wasn't good for us. That's why I'm making this video, to tell you, if you are going through a breakup and it's kind of hard for you, focus, like put that energy into good habits. Go to the gym, start reading books, start developing new skills. Just focus on becoming a better person, because that's going to lead you to be better when it's time for you to get in another relationship. You don't want to go in another relationship and you haven't learned nothing. A lot of people do that and wonder why, oh, none of my relationships work out. Or they carry this energy like all women are bad and all men are bad. So they're missing out on the people that are good for them. Because if you're saying all women are bad, then you meet a woman that doesn't exhibit the bad qualities, you're going to be still trying to find something wrong in that woman when the whole time there's nothing wrong with her. She's just a good woman. But your belief system doesn't believe that there are any good women. And the same with women when it comes to men. I know more men are going to watch this video than women. So kind of gearing it towards y'all, because us as men, we got to take accountability and we just have to learn from this situation and move on. At the end of the day, you've only got time to get better as a man. And, it's going to be other women out there. It's going to be other relationships. And when you do get a good one, make sure you're doing all the things that you need to be doing, because like if you're like me and she tell you not to cheat and you cheat on her the next day, yeah, she's probably gonna leave you because you're just being a dumbass at that point. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Happy healing. I hope you do go through a nice healing journey and just become a better person. It's always like, yeah,